Well, we return for another night of Coyote Volleyball. Your Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes return home after a battle on the road against the Phoenix Bears. The Lady Coyotes, led by Coach Yamashiro, come off two great home game wins against non-conference teams, Park University and Central Arizona. But they did end the streak with a loss on the road. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Matt McCurdy, and you are live on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. We appreciate you tuning in and everyone joining us live in the audience here tonight. We're working on getting the footage of the court up and live. But in the meantime, we appreciate you tuning into the show as we get this exciting game between two top-tier teams headed into the night. As mentioned prior, the Coyotes come off two successful non-conference matchups, giving us a great inside look at the capabilities of this up-and-coming team that we've seen night after night. And we talked about it in the post-game show with some of the athletes. You know, they feel that momentum coming. And those two games here on the home court and those wins in front of the home audience were really the momentum they need to feel like they have the pieces coming together. And we really got a taste of it all, from the sledgehammer swings of Sage Salazar to the ferocious versatility of Kennedy Amaryllis. We saw new insights that we had never seen before, and I think the team agreed in talking to them. They felt more in sync. They looked composed, and they persevered in games that could have gone either direction. And really against Central Arizona, a Division I school, or playing in the Division I for the conference, especially against the stature of teams like that. It was fun to watch, and that's what they did, especially against Central Arizona. Coyotes giving them a 3-sweep boot back to their campus in Coolidge, and now they win on the road, and obviously facing a loss there, they come out of it, and their question is, can they use that loss to fire them up? Can they use it to light the fire and get them going on their season? Right now, when we really look at their season thus far, not too many wins in conference. In fact, 0 wins on the conference board. They have those two non-conference matches where it was great success. But look, those non-conference wins are nice, and we love to see it. But they really need to dig deep and find those wins here in the conference season, and take those two non-conference matches and make them count. So this is where they need to dig deep and ask the real question: can we win when it counts, when the pressure's on, when it counts towards our season, and the numbers really matter? Obviously tonight another non-conference meetup, but this is a chance they can use this to get their mojo back, because on Wednesday we have the first conference home game since Glendale, back on the 12th. That means it's showtime, and they need to show up big and get a win for the conference record. And this is going to be a big, hopefully a turning point for them as they get that first on-conference win for their season. And in talking to Coach Yamashiro, you know, I asked him how that Glendale, or that Phoenix match rather, away from home after a couple of those home wins really win. And he just said, you know, they underestimated their competition. They didn't know what to expect exactly. They hadn't played them yet in conference, but they underestimated them. They came in slow. He felt the team played a little sloppy comparatively to what we had felt like that was unacceptable. Obviously, the game went the full 5 sets with Phoenix College taking the win at the very end, but he felt like they could have played better, and let me know as well that when they play them again here on the home court, they expect a different outcome. Now, in that game against the Bears last Friday, the team coming off those two good wins, so they had a full schedule that week, playing the night before, but in their game to Phoenix, they went the full stretch, as I mentioned before, 3-2 loss, full 5 sets. The Bears winning the first and the 4th and 5th sets in the match, with the Coyotes taking a big lead, actually, in the 2nd and the 3rd. So, once again, when you talk to Coach Yamashiro, he really laid it all out. It was on them. They need to step up, and they didn't against Phoenix College. So let's take a look at the conference records. Right now, Mesa Community College in that first seed with a 4-0 record, doing tremendously well here in the conference. Scottsdale Community College with the 3-1 record, following closely behind. Glendale Community College in the 3rd seed with a 3-1 record, following right behind them Pima Community College with a 1-2 record. Phoenix College, that the Coyotes just played, now securing their first win with a 1-2 record, and Chandler-Gilbert Community College in that 6th seed with an 0-3 record, so still yet to secure an in-conference win. We love what we've seen here on the home court, but they need to secure that in-conference win. And finally, South Mountain, who they play here on Wednesday, just in a few days. That'll be the first in-conference game here on the home court for quite a while in the last couple weeks. They'll play them here on Wednesday, and South Mountain securing that 7th seed. So now the Coyotes need to test their skills against Justice College. Justice, a private Christian university located just down the road in Gilbert, Arizona. Justice plays in the NCCAA and the SWS Intercollegiate Conference, which, talking to Coach Chrissy Gus for the team, for Justice, says that they really don't have a tournament in that conference. They're not in an official league, so they play a lot of NAIA teams. But nonetheless, led by Coach Chrissy Gus, and Gus brings over 2 decades of volleyball experience to Justice College, where she's been instrumental in launching and building the women's volleyball program. This is her 4th year with Justice, and she feels like they've got a lot of good pieces in talking to her. She feels like they've got a competitive team, a lot of returners this year. 4 seniors and 11 returners, and now a good audience on hand. We'll take time for the national anthem and then starting lives as we prepare for this exciting matchup. So once again, big attendance here tonight at the Coyote Center as Justice University, and I apologize if I've been calling them college. It sounds like they've made the switch over to Justice University. Pulling a great roster, a great audience in attendance. So now for their starting lineup, number 9, Alyssa Parra. Number 1, Madison Moran. Number 10, Malia Chang. Number 11, Samantha Atwood. Number 24, Braden Calamity. And number 14, Erica Graves. And number 8, Lauren Moses. And now for your Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes. Number 1, Bryn Eduardo. Number 4, Kennedy Amarillas. Number 5, Sydney Metcalf. Number 7, Kiea Crafter. Number 11, Elena Kitch. Number 13, Riley Blagg. And number 14, Sage Salazar. Of course, head coach Andrew Yamashiro, and for Justice University, Chrissy Gust. So, 2 good-looking squads. I mean, lots of talent. We've seen what the Coyotes can bring to this table. From what I've heard from Coach Gust, a lot of returners to the squad. 4 seniors returning to her team this coming year. 11 returners in total, and as I talked to her, she mentioned that's just one of the highlights of her program this year. They're in sync. They have a great culture, and none of the drama that sometimes comes with athletics, especially when you're competitive, when you want to work hard, and a lot of the along what appears to be Justice University's student body up and alive here to cheer them on. But just a great squad, and Gus talked about how her team really feels locked in this year. Feels like they're competitive. Obviously a growing program, very new in general, with their only 4 years under their belt, and a lot of pieces still coming together. But it's nice. She felt like her team had this cohesiveness and an ability to play hard, cheer each other on, and really put aside egos that so often, we see that in sports, so often completely disable your team. And you can tell already it's going to be a lively night here in the Coyote Center. And we have some good audiences on hand, but this might be one of the best I've seen yet. Once again, Justice University coming from just down the street on Gilbert Road. So a lot of local audience here tonight. Seemed like an awfully respectful bunch as they cheered quite well for the Coyotes as well. So excited to see what tonight brings. So Justice University will start us off with the ball. In possession, number 24, Braden Calamity, the sophomore setter. She'll start us off, and it's over. Amarillos with the up. Bounce back to Crafter. Amarillos outside to Salazar. Salazar, big hit. Brings it down with some authority. Glamby outside. Big swing from Justice. And Salazar will try to get down to the court level to pop it back up. She won't be there in time. That'll be a point for Justice University, and that's the Lions. I'm calling them Justice, but the Justice Lions. How about that? Justice in the white and green. Bounce in the white and teal. Down the middle of Crafter. Big swing. And now I'll call it out of bounds of Akea Crafter. Crafter in the middle line looking for a good open zone off the right side of the court. But they'll call that one in favor of the Lions. So Glamby will remain in possession. Amarillos outside of Salazar, swing of her own. Good bounce, good block as well from the Lions. Salazar with a second attempt, a little toss. Calamity's there to recover. Pushed outside to number 9. Big swing. Amarillos with the up. Aguano, Salazar from way back, she'll bump it. Calamity keeping it alive. Pushed outside to number 9. She'll toss it over the top, and they'll call that in favor. They'll call that in favor of the Coyotes this time. And this audience on hand, excited about just about anything, the loss and the win. That'll be a missed serve from Hallie Gibbons. So number 9 will serve from the Lions. As Sage tries to get there in time, it looks like a potential net violation. As the Coyotes hustle to get there in time, but they'll get the call and they'll head back over to the Lions. Lions will send the serve over. A nice one. Amarillos with the up. Pushed outside to Salazar. It's a big swing. And it's down. And it's in. Sage Salazar. There's that rhythm we love to see from the veteran of Chandler-Gilbert. And boy, when Sage Salazar finds her mark, there's not much bringing it back up. Grace Johnson on the serve, in possession for the Coyotes. She'll send it over. That's up. Glamby outside to number 10, and she'll send it off the net. Good defense from the Coyotes. Playing big off the line. Aubrey Becker leading the march. Johnson with serve again. It's a nice spot. He'll be pushed up, and Glamby will have to send it over. Johnson to Becker. Becker from way deep. Good swing. Glamby with a nice toss. And they'll call that in favor of the Coyotes. It looks like a potential 2-touch. Once again, a lively crowd. They're going to cheer. They're going to cheer on their team and call them out at the same time. Calamity outside to number 10. She'll try and toss it. Salazar is ready in the front row. Johnson outside to Becker. Becker, big swing. It's a little high. It's out. So Aubrey Becker just not quite getting on the top of that ball. She'll send it way over the end. Looks like she was expecting something a little bit deeper. She had to step up and maybe just missed the timing there. As Samantha Atwood sends it over. Blagg in the middle. And Blagg with a pinpoint accuracy. She'll send it right into the front line of the Lions, who can't withstand the power of Blagg. He'll come down hard. Zoe Lestine, the freshman for the Coyotes, she'll head to the line and send it over. It's up. Calamity down the middle to number 14. Nice toss in the middle. Amaris was there. Becker from the outside. Calamity with the secure. And they'll be tossed out of bounds. That'll be a point for the Coyotes. So the Coyotes climbing their way out, finding some rhythm here after a few missteps early in the first match. 6-5 on the board. Coyotes with the lead. Lestine right in a sweet spot in the middle of the court. Big swing on the outside. That's out of bounds. And that was number 10. Malayla Chegg, a senior for Justice University, coming from Pinon, Arizona. What? Number 26. Who I don't have on my list. I'll try to get a name for number 26 on the Lions. Becker, big swing. Comes off tipsy. They'll push it back inside. She'll send it over. Lestine. Johnson. Outside. Amarillo, big swing. Sends that one home, and that'll be a Coyote point from Kennedy Amarillo. Amarillo bouncing that one off the net. Sending the Lions into a scramble that they can't recover from. Quick point for the Coyotes. So Blagg's on the line. She'll send it over. Good spot. Hustling to get there. And that will be a missed opportunity from the Lions. It looked like a potential miscommunication as number 26 tried to get to the ball in time, but also misstepping and forcing it to come down. So Blagg will regain possession. Good serve. It's high, coming up strong. Looks like Coyotes were trying to swing down on the net, missed it, but they'll keep it alive, and Amarillo's from the outside. Good swing, blocked and deflected, but it's kept alive. Pushed over. Blagg. Johnson outside to Becker. Big swing. Bounced off the net, and it's inside. The Coyotes will lose that one. Becker once again just looks like didn't quite time it right. And you know that happens for an athlete every so often. Sometimes you have a really on night, you feel the timing coming down well, and other nights it takes a little while to find that rhythm. So Becker from the outside, looks like she was having to step out a bit. Johnson on the pancake, tries to get there in time, but they'll call it on the court. As the Coyotes in a bit of a pile up there as all members hit the deck. So Chegg will serve. Lestine with the up. Johnson outside to Becker. It's right off the net. She'll swing it, bounce it. It's out of bounds off the hands of the Lions. Becker with a good swing on that. So Aubrey Becker will check out, as well as Grace Johnson, as Elena Kitch and Sydney Metcalf check back in. Kitch brings it down, and they'll be put outside to the number 9, who gets blocked by Kenny Amarillis and Kia Crafter. That swing was off of number 9 for the Lions. Alyssa Parra. So Parra, the primary outside hitter for the Lions. A senior from Chandler, Arizona as well. Trying to bump it over, it's no good, and just can't quite get there in time. Looks like the placement wasn't quite there for number 14 as she tries to bump it up and over, but didn't have the distance from the net to quite get it there. So that'll be a point for the Coyotes as they take a 3-point lead. Kitch tries to soft serve it over, and it's no good. She'll send that into the net, and that'll be a point for the Lions. Always a tough balance reading between the lines and finding where you're going to land that ball, trying to be sneaky, send it early, up tight and high in the court. But that one comes off a little short. Outside to Amarillo's big swing, and it's out of bounds. Amarillo's trying to ride that line. She'll ride it just a little too tight on the opposite side. So Cats will lose possession. I'll go over to Lions. Number 14 on the serve. Aguano, tractor, big swing, it's good. And you gotta love that. Bit of a switch up from the Coyotes. Put it into their middle man, and she'll send it down with some authority. And I love what we've been seeing from Kia Crafter. Played a little bit last year. She's a sophomore for the team, so brings some veteran leadership. And boy, the ability that she's developed over the years has been tremendous. Really taking on that stance and just being fearless at that middle blocker position. Having a fair enough number of blocks as well as kills that we've seen this season already. So Braden Calamity will take possession. And she'll send it over. Amarillos with the up. Outside to Salazar. Salazar, big swing off the fingertips of the Lions. Crafter with an opportunity. Called out of bounds. Looks like the Cows were hoping for potential touch, but they won't get it in their favor, and Calamity will maintain in control. Amarillos with the up. Kitch outside to Metcalf. Metcalf, one of her first swings of the game. It's kept alive by Calamity from the outside. That was Chegg. Salazar with an opportunity. Big swing. Calamity tipped back over. Crafter, a little tip, and it's good. Either way, the point going to the Coyotes. It looks like one of the line judges referenced a potential out of bounds on the play there as the ball went over, and she touched the net. I can't quite see exactly what happened, but nonetheless, it'll be a Coyotes point. Calamity outside to number 9, Alyssa Parra. Parra will send that one crashing into the net, and that will be another Coyote point. And Hallie Gibbons will send it over the back end. So quick turnover from the Coyotes, and the Lions will take possession. Number 2, Yvette Rodriguez from Shanto, Arizona, will serve at the line. Good serve to send it over. Amarillos will be up. Outside to Metcalf. Metcalf, little high. Metcalf not putting quite the swing that she needed on the downward stroke to bring it inside the lines. Just send that one way outside. Amarillos with the up. Push down to Blag. Blag with some authority. Throws it right down in the middle court on Lions territory. And Blag coming off a tremendous game just a few days prior here on the home court in front of the home audience. With some, not only some great middle blocker kills and positional kills, but also just tremendous serves as Grace Johnson pulls down a ace of her own. (16-14) here. We start to get towards the end of this first set against Justice University. Shea with the outside hit. Pushed outside to Becker. Becker, good swing, finds her spot, it's good. Number 2, Yvette Rodriguez diving on the court to try and recover, but can't get there in time, so they'll put that squarely back over to the Coyotes. As Grace Johnson remains in possession, still send it over. Good serve. Rodriguez with the up, high off the net. Salazar capitalizing on the opportunity, it's good. Sage Salazar What a read. And that'll be a timeout called by Coach Gust. Seeing the game start to slip, 4-point lead from the Coyotes. Biggest stretch here of the night. As these two teams go head to head, and the Coyotes coming out with a bit of a slip in rhythm, a little slow, analyzing this new team that they've never played before. As I talked to both coaches, it's the first time Justice University has ever played the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes, as they're new to the program. Not necessarily this conference, but just new in general within the last 4 years. And so, first time playing the Coyotes, and I think both teams getting a feel for each other, find out what they need to do. And look, big audience on hand. So lots of crowd, lots of energy. It looks like actually this is primarily a Chandler-Gilbert crowd. Now I'm looking at some of the athletes and the shirts they're wearing, so big Chandler-Gilbert crowd on hand. You'll love to see a lot of the athletes showing up to support. And Justice College University as well. They got some great support as well. So Coach Gust, 20 years of experience, 4 years at the helm at Justice University. And once again, she just says that she loves the culture of her team this year. A lot of returners, so less time teaching the culture, more time focusing on the fundamentals and development. Big swing from the middle. It's good. And that's number 11, Samantha Atwood, sophomore for the Lions from Fountain Hills, Arizona, bringing some serious height. We don't have her height on the board, but if I had to guess, somewhere around 5'10" to 6 foot. So bring some height and athleticism. Showing it off right there. So they'll call that in favor of the Lions. Atwood at the line. Good serve from Atwood. Almarillos with the up. Johnson out to Salazar. Salazar, big swing. Looks like the line judge calling it out of bounds, but head official will call it in favor of the Coyotes. So the Coyotes will take possession as Sage Salazar slices the line real tight, but brings it home for the Coyotes as Zoe Lestine serves. Comes off wonky, off the hands of number 2, Yvette E. Rodriguez. Good serve from Lestine. And you always know you're in a good place if you can send it off of the back row. A little off, send it into the audience or out of bounds and create a chase down. Pull the other team out of positioning. Another great serve is number 10, Malela Chegg. Lets it ride off her hands and out of bounds. Some quick points here from the Coyotes, putting the spread even wider. Zoe Lestine, she'll send it early and up tight. And that'll be tipped right back down by Riley Blagg. A tricky game you play as you start to be strategic. That was just great volleyball IQ as Zoe Lestine pulling a few balls hard and fast in the back row. She'll do it again right off of Chegg. Chegg prepared that time as Glamby sends it up. Big outside hit from number 8. But she'll send it out, smacking the pole on the way over, and that'll stay in Coyotes' possession. That was Lauren Moses, a junior from Phoenix, Arizona. But great IQ from Zoe Lestine here. Kind of changing up and rotating her serves and just keeping the defense on their toes. Another great tip, and it's good. As Aubrey Becker sees the ball right in the net, coming right back over. She'll just tap it right on down into Lions territory and pull a quick swift point for the Coyotes. 24-16. 1 point away from sealing the deal in this first set. Nice and forward, and that's good. Zoe Lestine will seal that one away as they'll swap sides and head into the second set. A quick one here at the Coyotes Center on the first set. Zoe Lestine walking off with a bit of a smile there, and what can you say? Some great volleyball IQ from Zoe Lestine, reading the positioning of the defense and sending the ball into perfect positioning for the quick points off the serve. We'll take a quick timeout, go grab a snack, we'll be right back here at the Coyote Center. Well, a good win on that first set from your Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes. They'll come out of the first set with some great momentum and a little bit of a late start as they slowly found their rhythm, put the pieces together, but then a great move and just charged from Zoe Lestine, who really just threw some smart volleyball IQ, secured point after point off of her serve, and secured that early win in that first set. So both teams will head back to the court as they prepare for what hopefully will be an exciting couple matches. Both teams competitive, playing well, a tremendous audience on hand, which always makes the game more exciting. And it's good to see the Coyotes back in their rhythm and finding their mark. Is, coming off a tough loss to Phoenix College on the road, not yet securing that first conference win. And while it may be early, I can tell you as a player, as an athlete, you feel that you want to secure that win in conference, because those are the games that count towards the tournament and towards the end of season. So Amarillo will send it over, and big swing. The line's back. Salazar will return. Good up. Lines with an opportunity. She'll tip it. Blocked by Sydney Metcalf. Sydney using that great height and length that she brings to the game to take advantage, make the block there for her Coyote squad. Amarillo with another serve. Nice and tight. Comes down strong. Calambi outside. Tapara. Big block by Metcalf again this time. Out of bounds. That's always tough as someone who defends the line and blocks. When you want to keep it into bounds, but You get up, you make the block, you feel so good about it, and then it goes out of bounds on the opposite side and doesn't go in your favor. So you play on nonetheless. Sage Salazar will bring it down. Right to the center of middle court, and a big hole for the Lions there. It's good to see the Coyotes taking advantage of that, reading their defense, seeing the open holes and space on the court, and capitalizing to take the wins. Allie Gibbons with the serve. Glamby down the middle. A little off. Atwood tries to recover. She'll send it over. And now Metcalf swings with her own and sends it right down. Sydney Metcalf. A little block from the defenders on the opposite end, but enough power to send it right through and bring it down early on the court. Allie Gibbons with the serve again. Remains in possession. She'll send it over. A nice serve. Really tight to the net as Clarence tries to recover. Atwood tried to get it up, and that will be a double touch. Looks like 4 touches on the ball there. As the ball came just a little too tight to the net for Brady Glamby to get it up and over. And now be out of bounds off the back end as Gibbons sends it with just a bit too much power, trying to bring it off the back line. So Alyssa Para will now serve for the Lions. Good spot. Sage Salazar gets it up. Back to Salazar, and a bit of a misread between Kitch, Riley Blagg, and Salazar. Kitch trying to send it over to Salazar, and I think Blagg thought maybe it was coming to her, but it will go right between the two. So Para sends it back over. It's a fight at the net. And now go in favor of the Lions. Alyssa Para doing some damage of her own. Nice serve. Comes off Kennedy Amaryllis. Rides the arms and straight out of bounds. Another point for Alyssa Para and the Lions. Good spot. Guano keeps it alive, bumps it up outside to Salazar from way back. She'll send it. Glamby outside to Chegg. Chegg rides the line over the top of Metcalf, and it comes down. Good read from Malayla Chegg. Seen the successful record of Sydney Metcalf with the blocks. She'll change it up. Amaryllis. Pitch. Salazar, big swing. And there's the sledgehammer of Sage Salazar. We love to see it. She'll wind up and bring it down with some power. And there's not much you can do about it. Aubrey Becker will check into the game, as well as Grace Johnson. Sydney Metcalf and Elena Kitch check out. Parr will keep it up, pushed outside to Chegg. Amaryllis, Johnson, Salazar, big swing. Parra keeps it up. Glamby out to Chegg. Chegg tries for her own. She'll send it off the back end. Chegg trying to find her mark there, but a little too far back for the power she was put in. Grace Johnson will serve. Just misses her mark there on the serve. She'll send that into the net. So that will go over to the Lions. And Samantha Atwood will serve for the team. Justice University. Atwood off to the side. Amaryllis is there. It's in the net. Johnson tries to recover. It's no good. Those are tough when you're trying to dig it up out of the net, and it just comes off the back row, a little tight, a little tough. All you can do is try to pull it back out, but that time it won't go in favor of the Coyotes. Aguano will get it up. Johnson, nice little tip, and she'll read that one perfectly. And you gotta love a good read from a player. Sometimes you get so set in the casual routine of, bump, set, go for the kill, but that was just good IQ, and that's something to notice as you read the defense and as teams scout these community colleges. You see the players who know when to run the right play. Johnson pushes out to Becker. Becker with the big swing. Kept alive by Chegg. Chegg will go for her own. Big swing. Feels the line. Johnson's there. It's pumped over by Amaryllis. Calamity down the middle line. Off the fingertips of the Coyotes front line. With enough power from number 14, Erica Graves, to put that one in the ground. Aguano to Amaryllis. Becker up over the top. Tries to find the early midsection. Kept alive by Para. Johnson down the middle of Blagg. Blagg right in the deep corner. Sending Alyssa Para chasing. But she won't get there in time. That'll be a point for the Coyotes. Riley Blagg, an effective player for the Coyotes. There you go. Once again, another great ace for Riley Blagg. And we saw a bunch of those in her match against Central Arizona. Really closing out that 3-0 sweep. Finding perfect placement right over the net, tight, coming down strong. Just in that dead end section of the court. Comes off strong from Johnson. Big swing from the Lions, and that time it'll come down in their favor. As Malayla Chegg sends it over. Aguano. Johnson down to Amaryllis. Amaryllis with the tip. Off the line, Becker. Off the tips of the fingers of the Lions. Kept alive, Johnson. Out to Amaryllis. Big swing. It's good. Kenny Amaryllis. Putting it right into the arms of number 1, Madison Moran. She'll try to scoop it out, but just not enough to put it over. That'll be a point for the Coyotes. Elena Kitch checking into the serve. She'll send over. All tied up, 10-10. Good recovery from the Lions. They'll send it back over. Lestine, Kitch, Crafter. Big move. Doesn't make much cleaner than that from the Coyotes. Clean, straightforward, simple. They'll put it right down in front of the back row. Parr with the up. Outside, Parr's going to take a big swing of her own. Lestine with the up. Good swing from Para. Becker, big swing as well. Yes, sir. Aubrey Becker. I apologize. That's Sydney Metcalf. From my angle, I got it. I'm seeing people through the net. That was Sydney Metcalf with a big swing. Parr with the up. Pushed outside to number 14. She'll fist it over. Kitch down the middle of the Crafter. Crafter. Another pinpoint placement. She'll throw the dart and it'll land. Right near the line judge in the dead center corner. Kitch with the serve. Para dives to recover. It's in the middle. Kitch there. Aguano. Metcalf. Little toss. Push to the back. Good pass. It's up. Finds the mark as Kitch tries to dive, not knowing if it was in or out. A good call from Elena Kitch, but can't get under it. That'll be out of bounds and a point for the Lions. Erica Graves puts it up. Zoe Lestine comes off the hands of Zoe Lestine, out of bounds. So a good serve from Erica Graves. And she'll send it right over to the booth here as Leon and I battle it out to see who could recover. Leon won that battle. He'll send it back. Aguano with the up, outside to Amaryllis. Big swing off the Lions. They'll keep it in. Down the middle, number 11, Atwood tries to get it over. It's kept alive by Para. Kitch outside to Metcalf. Metcalf, little tap. And they'll call that in favor of the Lions. Out of bounds off the high hit from Sydney Metcalf. riding the net. Crafter keeps it alive. Iguana will have to bump it over. As Chegg outside, number 3, and it's tipped. The battle at the net as Metcalf pushes it down. Well, we've seen quite a few of those battles up the net here tonight as it comes off the back row. Just a little tight, riding that middle line, and the Coyotes coming out pretty successful in those battles. Chegg with the up. Pushed out to Para. Para with a tip. Crafter with a little elbow to keep it up. Salazar bumps it over. Outside to Para. Big swing. Amaryllis right down into her hands. She'll try to duck and recover, but she'll send that to the back row. That'll be a point for Para and the Lions. Lions with a good fight in this second set. 14-14. All tied up. As we saw in the first set, this is where the Coyotes found a rhythm and started to take over and won the first set, but the Lions with a bit more momentum in this match. Crafter with a powerhouse swing, and she'll send it right into the defensive line. They'll send it down on the court. But the Lions with some good rhythm. They tested out what the Cats had to offer in the first set, and they're coming here to play. Gibbons, good serve. Outside, blocked by Metcalf. Metcalf shrugging that one off. An easy block for the height of Sydney Metcalf. Allie Gibbons, another great serve. Lamity outside of Parr. Parr, big swing. And she'll send that one packing. Alyssa Parra bringing some serious authority and leadership to this Lions squad. She'll serve. Amaryllis with the up outside to Metcalf. Metcalf, big swing. Now right off Braden Calamity, the sophomore setter, trying to keep it up and alive, but Ryder right off of out of bounds. Now Grace Johnson at the serve. Good spot as well. Braden Calamity down the middle. Nice tip over the top. Aguano keeps it up. Becker, big swing. Bounces it off the defensive line. Calamity will push it outside, and she'll slice it down right past Grace Johnson. That was number 10, Malayla Chegg. And we talked earlier about the newness of this program. Obviously a fair amount of returners, but good move from Grace Johnson. She'll bury that one. Just tossing it right in to the middle of Lions court. Braden Calamity trying to recover, but we talked about the newness of this program, this Lions Justice University program. But playing with some serious heart. And Coach Gus mentioned that, you know, that's one of the tough parts of having a new program is there's a lot of building. There's a lot of resources they're trying to still pull together. You mentioned, you know, just now barely getting a trainer for the program and some of those key pieces that you might find at a more established college or program like Chandler-Gilbert. Big block from Blagg. Riley Blagg all over that one. And Gust will call a timeout as she sees this game slipping away. 2016 on the court, on the board. And a timeout from Chrissy Gust as she tries to pull her Lions together and coach them through a win and success. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back.
No idea. This is what they provide. I don't know. I'm not sure even how good it is. I think it does okay. It's not the best one. Figure out what's worse. Yeah.
Well, we're back after a quick timeout. Coach Chrissy Gust calling one for the Lions as she feels the momentum slipping away here in the second set. And Zoe Lestine keeping record in reign from the first set. She'll bury that one with a quick ace. Zoe Lestine having a great game from the back row line. Absolutely mastering her mark. And she'll send that one a little high and right off the net. Easy dub for Aubrey Becker. Seeing the opportunity and dropping a missile right back down on the Lions. Lestine will try for another hard one to the back row. Pushed outside. Big swing and put away by number 8, Lauren Moses. So Moses will head to the line and send it over. A good serve, and it's tight. Just a little low. I think her hope was to ride the net tight, send it over, and pull down an ace, but she'll send that into the net instead. Riley Blagg will head to the line, and we've seen here on the home court in the last few games, Blagg's tremendous on the serve. So we'll see what she's got here for us tonight in the second set. 23-17. Good serve. Kept off the net, and Shag will send it over. Johnson, Lestine, Amarillis, good swing. It's high. Lestine trying to put it up and send it over to Amarillis, but looks like maybe got in her way on the approach a little bit as she had to stutter step and didn't quite get under the ball. So Johnson out to Becker. Becker, little tip. As Shag sends it to the back row off a push. Becker, big swing, bounce off the block. And that will get the Lions jazzed up. Erica Graves on that one. Shag will send it over. Amarillis in the middle. Good spot. Shag outside to Parra. Parra, big swing out. So the Lions will lose that one. Put the Coyotes 1 point closer to a win here in the second set. Sydney Metcalf and Elena Kitch checking back in. Kitch on the serve. Comes off tough from Shag. She'll send it right into the net, and that will be the 25 for the Coyotes to close out the second set. 25-19. Lions putting up a good fight in the second set as well. They'll lose in the last few and put the Coyotes 2-0 in this game. So now the Lions battle for a position to stay and play. Coyotes with 1 to go to close us out on a 3-0 sweep. We'll take a quick timeout and we'll be right back.
Unbelievable. Uncensored. I'm in the station. I'll say that for a minute. When I get on my feet. Everybody listen up. Why you always on the road?
So after a bit of a toss-up in that second set early on, the Coyotes will come in strong and close it out. Now leading the march 2-0. Looking to close out early here at the Coyotes Center against Justice University with a 3-0 sweep in this non-conference matchup. The Lions playing a good solid game and really holding their own. Just losing by the last few points there in the second set. So now Coach Gus looks to lock up the Coyotes in this third match and push them to a fourth to stay alive and continue competing here at the Coyotes Center. Lots to like and lots to see here. Thank you to everyone joining us on the broadcast here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network, and we appreciate everyone joining us here live in the audience. It's the fans that make all the difference, and I know the coaches, the staff, the athletes all appreciate with the audience joining us in person, and those watching online as well. You know, everyone tuning in from across the country or different parts of the world, as we know we have a few of those as well. We appreciate you, and we appreciate everyone's hard-working efforts. And speaking of appreciation, we want to give a big shout-out to the officials here tonight. Gigi Prieto leading our march, Jennifer Brott, Nikki Cottle, and Jeremiah Weiner. Nikki Cottle and Jeremiah Weiner working the line. And now we'll go into the third match here at Chandler-Gilbert. Lions will send over Salazar. Big swing, and she'll rocket us into this third set. With a big swing of her own, that's a point on the board. Save Salazar. Saying what's up to the Lions early in this third set. Hallie Gibbons on the serve. Good up, Para. Glammy, Para with the toss. Gibbons outside to Metcalf. Metcalf rides the line. Good recovery. It's no good. As Braden Glamby tumbles trying to keep it alive. A tough ball to rescue as it was right in the net, but gotta love the hustle from Braden Glamby, giving it her all. A great serve from Hallie Gibbons. Right off the net, she'll send it straight down and pull an ace for the team. 3 clean points right off the bat for the Coyotes with not much pushback. Comes off a little wonky off of Alyssa Para, but nonetheless heads back over the Coyotes. Down the middle of the flag, blocked. Coyotes will return again. Metcalf, big swing, finds its point, and it's good. Sydney Metcalf returning fire to the opposite side. to pull it down. 4-0 from the Coyotes here in the third set. And you know, while this isn't a conference game and we've never played the Lions before, ball coming off way into the outside. Braden Calamby chases that one down, keeps it alive. Blagg buries it. Once again, the hustle from Braden Calamby, the sophomore setter, has to be noticed. She chased that one down, diving into the announcer's table here and saying hello, letting us know she was there, and that one was inside as well. As Hallie Gibbons continues her streak here, putting that one right on the back line. The Lions second guessing, and they'll guess wrong that time. Gibbons still in possession. Comes off strong, and they'll try to recover. It's kept alive and pushed over. Will bounce off the backboard of the basketball hoop. Salazar tries to tip it, but sends it out of bounds instead. The Lions will pull up with their first point, 6-1 here in the third match. With a steep climb. Reels with the up, outside to Metcalf. Metcalf, big swing, right in the middle. Calamby, outside of Chegg. Chegg, big swing, it's way out. Layla Chegg, been hoping for a little more down power on that one, but didn't quite get the swing she was looking for. She'll send it off the back end and give it right back over to the Coyotes. Grace Johnson checking in, as well as Mia Hutchinson for the Coyotes. Another quick point for the Coyotes. Off the serve from Grace Johnson. The Coyotes executing on their serves tonight against the Lions. A lot of points lost. As the Lions let that one slip away as well. And I think the Coyotes have discovered their chink in the armor for the Lions. Find a good spot right in the front part of the back row. Shea will send it over. Good spot. Johnson outside to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, big swing. Good swing as well. Shea pops it over. Gibbons with the up. Outside. Salazar, big swing. And that will be rocking it off into the stands. And a chase down pursues, but there was no bringing that one back. Sage Salazar with a missile sent directly into Lions territory. That'll ricochet into the rafters, and a timeout will be called by the Lions as they feel this game slipping away. 10-1 early in the third set as the Coyotes lead with a 2-0 lead here in the late part of the game. We'll take a quick timeout as Coach Gus talks her girls into success and tries to find some much-needed momentum.
I would have went some I would have
The horn goes, bringing us back into the game. Grace Johnson on the serve. 10-1 here early in the third set. Johnson with a good spot. It's brought back up. Calamby outside to Chegg. Chegg from deep. Amarillos with the up. Down the middle to Blagg, and Blagg sends it home. Great execution for the Coyotes. And you can feel a rhythm starting to play here for the Coyotes. And that's what you want to see in these early games. Making their mark, getting that rhythm, Hutchinson, big swing down the sideline, bounces it right off of number 13. Zoe Pepper, the senior from Lakeport, California. That's a tough one when you see that ball rocketing towards you. Right down the sideline, you have to make a judgment call. Are you going to touch it, let it go out of bounds? Is it out of bounds? And that time it'll go in favor of the Coyotes. Another point for the Coyotes as well, as the Lions struggle to answer back. Coach Gus talking to her girls, motivating them on, and that's a sign of a veteran coach who knows what she's doing. Atwood, big swing, and that one will come off of Grace Johnson out of bounds. First little pickup for the Lions here in the third set. Much needed pickup as well, as you could feel the momentum and just the overall pride from the Lions team starting to diminish. Hutchinson, powerhouse swing right into the defense. And I like what I see from number 9, Mia Hutchinson. It's a freshman for the team, an outside hitter, obviously following some pretty big shoes of Sydney Metcalf and Aubrey Becker. But she keeps up. She's got some great power and an ace for number 12, Fiona Harahan. You love to see the freshman getting fired up on that one. And she secures that ace for her team. She'll send that down. Glamby outside to Chegg. Chegg will push. Johnson to Hutchinson. Hutchinson blocked by number 13. Number 3, rather, Ray Ann Fuller, a local freshman for the team from Chandler, Arizona. So Harahan will send it over again, and that one comes off of number 7, Abigail Bergeron. Bergeron from Florida, another freshman for the squad. And Coach Gus mentioned that. She has 4 returners, a lot of freshmen, but our 11 returners, 4 seniors, and a lot of freshmen. But a good foundation as Black blocks it and puts it away. The Coyotes using Black's height to their advantage. She definitely leads the march out here on the court for height, as Aubrey Becker and Sydney Metcalf are taking a break on the bench. That one will go into the net, so we'll turn over to the Lions. 18-3 here in the third set as the Coyotes start to run away with this one. The Lions in hot pursuit, trying to take a comeback. Good serve. Outside. Big block by the Lions. Another attempt from number 8, Bentley Forsgren. And a good swing from Forsgren as well. Johnson to Forsgren. Another swing. It's good. Forsgren slicing right through the Lions defense. They'll find it on the back end. And you gotta love the Coyotes bench feeling that one for Bentley Forsgren. And that's just a sign of a good chemistry in team. We talked to a lot of the girls on ricocheting off the lines. Johnson out to Forsgren again. Another swing off the hands and out of bounds. Forsgren will bring it home, and a lot of energy from the Coyotes bench. Gotta love that. You see a program that's locked in and cares about each other and really working as a family. Even when you're not playing in the game, you still support those who are. Johnson with the roll and recovery. Forsgren will tip over the top. Hutchinson, Johnson, Forsgren, opportunity. She'll spat it away and find her mark in the corner. Bentley Forsgren making it look easy as she just taps it right over. Little swat and a point on the board. And you love Coach Yamashiro coming out, letting his reserve squad, those who don't get to start nearly as much, come out, play, get some time, get some reps. Big swing from the middle. way out of bounds off the Lions' hands, and that's number 17, Jada Bondwell. Timeout call, 22-3, as the Coyotes run away with this one. Sending hammer after hammer, point after point. Timeout on the board, and we'll be right back as the Coyotes look to close this one out early here at the Coyotes Center. We appreciate you tuning in, and we'll be right back after this timeout. So we return after a quick timeout called by Coach Chrissy Gust, head coach for the Lions. And the Lions in quite a pile-up, 22-3 here late in the third set as the Lions try to climb their way out. And at this point, you know, you don't want to ever, and that'll be another point as it rolls off the back row and Che tries to recover, but it's no good. 23-3. And, you know, you never want to jump to assumptions. I take a gander that Coach Gus is using this non-conference game to allow some for reserve to play and get some reps and opportunities. Seeing this one starting to slip away, and you know what, you need to be able to make those calls as a coach and see when we can win and when we can use it as a learning opportunity. Obviously, this is, once again, a non-consequential game. It's not a conference game, and it really is a learning moment. And so you got to applaud coaches who care more about the development of their players and their team than just trying to win all the way to the end. Forsgren tries to keep that alive, and in no way is Coach Gus not about winning. She never way is. But she also knows how to train her players and give them the much-needed reps and development that her team needs as they prepare to play other teams. Kept alive by Gibbons. Hutchinson, big swing, buries it. And Mia Hutchinson showing off her athleticism here tonight. And we saw glimmers of it a few games ago, but boy, oh boy, she just keeps improving and improving. And if she continues with the program here at Chandler-Gilbert next year, love to see where her game continues. She'll go to the line to serve, but a powerhouse from the outside, no doubt. Knows how to bring it down. And Alyssa Parra will send that one into the stands off the serve from Mia Hutchinson, delivering the final blow, 25-5. Hey, thank you. 25-5 in a swift and sweeping win here at the Coyotes Center. Chandler-Gilbert taking it all the way, 25-5 here in the last set. Giant victory for them against Justice University. The Lions, led by Chrissy Gust. So now, the question is, can they take what they learned here, what they've done here, and apply it to in-conference? Remember, this is non-conference match. A win's a win. We love to see the development of the team, and there's so much to love, right? There's so much progression we've seen just in the few home games here on court. Obviously, I'm talking to Coach Yamashiro. He knows they underestimated Phoenix College, and he told me that's not a mistake they'll make again. And they know they need to go in with the same energy they brought here tonight if they're going to compete in this conference. And so now they have the opportunity to do that. On Wednesday night, they'll be back playing South Mountain in their first in-conference game in the last 2 weeks. And this will be the test, right? And I know South Mountain's ranked last in the conference, so you might be thinking, how is that a test? How is that really a test of the skill set of the Coyotes? But look, Phoenix College up until last week was ranked below Chandler-Gilbert, and they now have risen to the occasion. And so in no way can you underestimate anybody in this conference. There's so much talent here in the Valley. There's so much athleticism right now. We'll go over the national rankings real quick. Mason Community College slotting the 10th seed in the nation. Glendale Community College sliding up to now the 14th seed in the nation. And Scottsdale Community College in the 22nd seed, going from 24 to 22nd. So there are teams improving. The athletes are tremendous here in the Valley, and it's anyone's game. So South Mountain, that will be the test to see, can the Coyotes keep what has really been tremendous gameplay here at the Coyotes Center alive in the first in-conference match in a long time since playing Glendale 2 weeks ago. We'll find out. We're going to go to some interviews, and then we'll wrap it up. We sure appreciate everyone joining us. We'll be right back.
Just talk about your interviews.